Hey guys, are you using a OZEMPIC or GLP-1 type of product? If so, did you have the same kind of side effects that I had? It scared the hell out of me. Let me know in the comments below and watch the rest of the video. Hey guys, welcome to the Carnivore Roar. A little bit over a year ago, I started my carnivore journey, and in the beginning, it was a little rocky. I was having some problems with a lot of things, and thought that testosterone replacement therapy would help me out. So I started that early on in my carnivore journey, and it really didn't help much, and the weight wasn't coming off like I had thought it would in the beginning. So don't know if it was from the TRT or if it was just because I was just starting out on carnivore, but I tried that therapy for a couple months into it, and it just wasn't making me feel any better, and it wasn't working. And at the time too, also I was diagnosed with sleep apnea, so the sleep apnea was causing a lot of issues as well. But in the meantime, I got the sleep apnea machine. Been on carnivore a little over a year now, like I said, and you know, it was working good. 9 months into it, after getting off the TRT, 9 months into it, I was down about 80 pounds or so. And my mom, my sister, a lot of people that I know were taking the OZEMPIC GLP-1 products, and we're getting a little bit of success with that. So they kind of coerced me or talked me into trying it, giving it a try to see if it would help boost my weight loss a little bit. But I was, to tell you the truth, I was already happy with what I was doing carnivore. It was coming off. It wasn't coming off like super fast. Like I said, I started at 502, and in 9 months, 80 pounds. So you do the math, you know, it's a little bit less than 10 pounds a month, but that was okay to me, because I feel like the longer it takes, the longer it's going to stay off. And I've been on those yo-yo rides before, and I didn't want that to happen again. But anyway, so 9 months into my carnivore journey, I decided to go see a doctor, get some GLP-1 product, and try it. And they started me off on a low dose. I think it was 10 units, either 10 or 15. It might have been 15. But anyways, over a period of time, next month and a half, 2 months, I ended up working my way up to 55 units is where I stopped at. I quit taking it because I couldn't take it anymore. In the beginning, you know, you have the upset stomach. I mean, they gave me medicine for nausea and all kinds of stuff, you know, because there were going to be some of the side effects. If you eat the wrong type of foods, you run into the bathroom. Man, it's just not a good way to feel at all on that stuff, you know. And I was like, how do people do this? I got so used to feeling so good on the carnivore lifestyle that I was spoiled, you know, and I didn't like having that irritable bowel syndrome type of stuff going on in my stomach, and not knowing if something I ate was gonna trigger it and make me go to the bathroom or not, you know. So that was in the beginning. Later on, towards the end, once I started getting up to 45, 50 units per week, you know, I noticed that my digestion slowed way down, and that's how it's supposed to work. So I don't know how these people that are smaller than me doing 75, 85 units are making it, because it was the worst feeling to me in the world to have that stuff sitting in your gut, sitting in your intestine, and not being pushed out the other end. And you just had that feeling all the time. I had that feeling of being full all the time, fullness in the stomach, and that's just not the case being on the carnivore. You don't feel that way. But there, towards the end, about 2.5, almost 3 months into it, I had a couple of problems where I needed to go to the bathroom. I could feel it moving down the track, but once it got to a certain point, it's like it would just stop and it wouldn't come out. And you know, it wasn't constipation per se. It was like you could just feel it getting stuck there, and it wouldn't move, and it was very scary to me. I didn't like the feeling. I didn't like it. I had to use all kinds of medications to get the stuff out of my intestine, if you know what I mean, and it just wasn't pretty. That happened to me once. I think about it was probably at the 50 mark, 50 units a week mark, and then when I got to 55, I had another episode, and it scared the hell out of me, to be honest with you. And I don't like feeling that way, and I don't like having that kind of anxiety over what something's doing to my body and how it's making me feel. And I didn't even lose any weight in the 3 months. In the beginning, the first couple of weeks, I think I lost 7 pounds, 6 or 7 pounds while I was using it. Maybe that still might have been effects from the carnivore bleeding over or whatever, but for me, it worked. That first couple of weeks, I could feel it working to where my hunger wasn't there, but then my hunger kept growing and growing, and they kept upping the dosage. And then once we got to that 55 mark, I couldn't take it anymore. I felt like something really, really bad was going to happen if I kept doing it. And I have read stories where people get stomach paralysis and their intestines stop moving, and I felt that's basically what happened to me, and it's a very scary feeling. So if you feel like that, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Just, I recommend, if you haven't already, try the carnivore lifestyle. Try it for 30 days, 60 days, make a good effort at it, see how you feel, see if it's working for you. It's the best thing that I've ever done, and it's the only thing that's made me have confidence that I'm going to reach my goal weight and not have a rebound and bounce back. Because I do have times where I don't follow it all the way, but I'm able to get right back on track with no problems. Any other diet that I've ever tried, if you do that, you rebound and you go back to your old ways, and you stay there for a long time, and the weight creeps up very rapidly, and before you know it, you're behind the 8 ball again, and you gotta try really, really, really hard to get back to where you were. And a lot of times it just doesn't happen right away, and you say screw it, you don't do it, and then you gain all the weight that you lost plus some back, and then there you are, you're back down at below ground zero and having to start and come all the way back. If you struggle with weight, you got health issues because of your weight, and you haven't tried the carnivore lifestyle, I highly recommend it. Don't take it from me. Go watch a couple of other videos, see what you think about it. If you like to eat, it's definitely the way to go. You get to eat a lot of meat products, animal products when you do eat, and you get to eat until you're comfortably full, or even stuff yourself a little bit, and then it forces you to wait a long time in between meals, and your body's not getting all that sugar and processed foods in the meantime, and you're healing yourself. So there's my Ozempic story. Scared the hell out of me. I will never try it again. I don't care what it's doing for other people. If you have those symptoms and you can't go to the bathroom and you can't get the crap out of you, I recommend you stop before something really bad happens and you can't reverse the effects of it. So remember, guys, meat heals and carbs kill. I'll see you guys in the next video here on the Carnivore Roar.